Hello, entrepreneurs. My name is Bimal Shah. I'm on a mission to make pioneers out of entrepreneurs by helping you achieve your 3 year goal in 1 year that's tied to your 25-year vision and 5 year moonshot. I do it through weekly sprints and 90-day leaps. This is the Pioneers Academy podcast, and I'm on a mission to make a million pioneers. And I thought this podcast channel will help you achieve your 3 year goal and jump to the next level. I'm going to be showing lots of training and lots of great episodes, so join on this podcast and get all the training and resources you need to achieve your 3 year goal in 1 year and make yourself a pioneer. I wrote 13 books, Becoming a Pioneer, and you can get all those 13 books on Amazon. We're going to give away to every listener who listens on this podcast a $100 Amazon gift card so you can get all the books and learn how to become a pioneer.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Pioneers Academy podcast. Today's exciting topic is one appointment close. We're thrilled to have our distinguished host and author, Bimal Shah. Thus, Bimal will offer his expert insights in mastering the art of franchising and emerging as a leader in this vibrant field. So stay tuned. To start, could you explain how sales professionals can effectively close deals in just one appointment and what makes his approach successful?
Great. Thank you for that question. And thank you for having me here, April, for another episode, exciting episode. And one of the most important elements in sales is close and closing in one appointment. And it is very essential. The shorter the sales cycle, the more money you can make. And it is always possible to close in one appointment. There's a whole process, there's a whole cycle on when you're talking to your ideal prospect. It is you need to be sure that that prospect is talking more to you instead of you talking more to them. If you're the person who's doing all the talking and the prospect is silent and just listening, chances are you're at a loss with the prospect if there's no engagement. So you want to make sure that the prospect is fully engaged, and it is basically they're fully engaged in a future results. They're good for them. They're excited about what you're talking about. They're giving you reasons. You're going over the objections, and in the end, you have a next step and an action plan. To help them close. So that's in essence the big picture. And if you go to the tool, the closing skills scorecard. We're going to put the show notes in the link in the link below. So if you click, the whole system is structured where you get the prospect intellectually engaged, emotionally connected in a future result. That's good for them, and then get them emotionally, confident to take the actions to achieve that results. So that is overall process of closing in one appointment.
That's insightful. Thanks for explaining how a single appointment can be so effective. So, why aim to close deals quickly? Isn't it better to let the sales cycle naturally unfold?
So here's the reality about sales. And the sales is, if you let the sales cycle naturally unfold, chances are that it may take very long, or the prospect may never tell you when they're ready to buy, because you probably never popped the question, to the prospect, are you ready to buy? Or are you ready to take the next step? And that's the reason why it is so essential to keep the sales cycle short. And there can't be anything shorter than one appointment close. Now, even if you didn't close in one appointment, then all you have to do is follow up. But if your sales cycle involves multiple meetings, multiple challenges, and it gets very confusing and overwhelming for the prospect, and they just walk away. Because if they're not able to clearly decide and make a decision in one appointment and understand the whole process, they probably will postpone it to such an extent that it may take longer. Now there are big deals and big business deals that take longer because there's a lot involved, a lot of parties. That is a different ball game. But if you're on a day-to-day sales cycle and you're selling what your service, and you have a protocol about what you offer, that should be able to be done in one appointment, where you get the prospect intellectually engaged, emotionally connected, to take actions and buy into the future result that's good for them. And then you get them emotionally transformed and confident to taking actions for achieving that future result. So that is the overall concept of taking, the whole prospect and closing in one appointment. That's why you don't want to postpone, because then all you have to do is follow up. Imagine the amount of time you would be spending in just, appointments after appointments after appointments to close one deal. That same thing, you could have opened up 15, 20, 30 other deals, and you would have made 10 times, 20 times more money. So that's the purpose of closing in one appointment versus dragging it forward.
Interesting perspective on the benefits of a quick close. So, what strategies should be used with prospects who don't close on the first appointment?
So the prospects that don't close on first appointment, first of all, before you leave the appointment, you have to understand overall objections. So, the real close is the no, it's not the yes. And then you can ask the question, hey, are you against any of these actions that I'm recommending? Are you against, moving forward this? And if they're not against, then they're for it. And then you ask them what's preventing from moving forward. Is it, and you raise the objections from your own. Is it the money? Is it the time? Is it, whatever you can think of are the potential objections, biggest objections that are in the consumer's mind when they're trying to move forward. You bring them up forward on your own, and then you become the expert and say, most of the people who have this objection, this is how they worked out. And I had a client who had the same thing as thinking as you, and you tell a story. Storytelling is the best way to overcome. And then when you leave behind, and if they still, they say, well, I need some time to think about it. And this, I need some time. Then you just put a follow-up date and you follow up. So it reduces your time to convince the prospect on the sale. And then the best strategy is just follow up. The fortune is in the follow up.
I agree. Great advice on handling follow ups. And what key factors contribute to a successful sales close?
There are three key elements, and the three key elements, and we're going to put that in the show notes as well. The first is the same sales song. So imagine, you have a team, you have a sales team, and everybody is singing a different song. So have you gone ever to an orchestra where everybody's playing a different tune? You would immediately walk out in anger and say, why did I even come here? The same thing happens when your team is saying different things to the prospect, and they're saying different things to different prospects. So you want to have the same sales song for each and every one of your team members. It's song that has been tested, a pitch that has been tested over and over again, that this works. And then you have different ways of overcoming objections, that can be different from person to person, but the basic structure, the song should be the same. So similarly, when you go to an orchestra, if everybody's playing the same symphony, you enjoy it, because everything is in harmony. It's the same thing over here. So one is the song. Second is you want to make sure you overcome the objections when you're there with the client, meaning that, you take those objections in your own hands and overcome those objections, with on your own and through storytelling. And the third most important element, and this may sound silly, but people don't ask for the close, meaning people don't ask for the sale. Be sure to ask for the sale. Be sure to have a ready next step. I mean, imagine, you going to an appointment and then you say, I have to work on your proposal and I'll get back to you. And then you go back and you work your proposal and you send it, and the customer says, I didn't had a chance to review it. Then you need to set an appointment to review the proposal. Then they didn't, and then it gets dragged on and it never gets reviewed. But what if you had a ready way where when you're meeting the client, you could leave behind the proposal right then and there, could leave behind the next step, and you can go over the objection, go over everything, and then you become the expert. So those are the three key elements of closing in one appointment.
That's so true. And those are crucial elements for success, and that should be taken care and taken note by everyone. Thank you so much for that, Imal.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
also,
Those are the three elements that I see most commonly missed, not only just by small businesses, but even large businesses and team sales teams of large companies as well, and including some, sales professionals who've been in sales for a long time. they miss out on these three elements or one of those three elements.
Exactly. And can you explain how your tool operates? If you have any tools?
Yeah, so the sales scorecard, the closing skills scorecard, if you go to that link, the closing skills scorecard, you will actually walk through on where you stand on your closing skills and where you need to improvise. So it will tell you specifically, okay, you need to improvise in these areas, in this area, and this area. You need to improvise your skill set here. You need to improvise there. By going through that, and it's free for you to use. So you can actually see, okay, this is where I stand, this is where I can score, these are things that I need to improve, and these are the next steps. And all the links to the next step and different tools are also there. And I also have a whole webinar on closing in one appointment and walk you through. And that is, the definition of selling is getting your ideal prospect intellectually engaged and emotionally connected in a future result that is good for them, and getting them emotionally confident to taking actions to achieve that future result. So that is that is the whole structure in the process, of getting that, and that's what the tool and the systems do. I also have that in the books and many other areas where you can actually implement the different tools.
Thank you for the detailed explanation of your tool, Bimal. And lastly, what books have you written on building transparency and solutions, and where can they purchase?
All the books, if you see Becoming a Pioneer, that's a series of books, that's out there. It's a 13 book series. And out of these 13 books, books 2 to 5 focus on certain element of sales in different areas of your business. If you walk through it, will give you the tools, the resources. And every book is written in a way where it comes with the video training. It comes with the whole workbook exercise and tools that are given to you for success. So you can go through that. I'm also giving away $100 gift card for all the listeners. So, if you check out the show notes, you will have the $100 gift card. It's at bit.ly, the Pioneer Book gift card with T capital, P capital, B capital. And you can, get that gift card and access the books on Amazon and also the breakthrough tools. So if you're watching this on YouTube, um, you can scan the QR code and you will access a lot of free tools and resources to help you in sales and all the other aspects of your business that will help you become a pioneer.
Thank you so much, Bimal, and thanks for tuning into our podcast episode for today.
Thank you very much and looking forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you all and become a pioneer. Hello, pioneers and entrepreneurs. My name is Bimal Shah. I'm on a mission to make pioneers out of entrepreneurs by helping you achieve your 3-year goal in 1 year that is tied to your 25-year vision and 5-year moonshot. I do it through 90-day leaps and weekly sprints and through my own proprietary 4-leap system. I've also written 13 books, the Becoming a Pioneer series. I've founded the Pioneers Academy, the Pioneers Platform, and several resources that help you on several different platforms: the Thrive platform, Transform platform, and Transcend platform. So these are resources and tools that I built for you to double your business in a year and scale exponentially and become the only one in your business.